shows.
Okay. Oh, Kevin, speaking about a podcaster who wants to go somewhere. Kevin has just joined us from New Jersey.
Going somewhere. He's sustainable.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want Lita to repeat this for Kevin's edification. Okay, you went to 100,000 downloads in what period of time, Lita?
Six shows, and that's a show every other week. So we started the first week in February, and just I was at 90,000 last week. So and I taped another show yesterday. So again, I'm on 2. I have Status Life with Lita, and I'm the host of Injury Insider with Derek Hayes. We taped his yesterday, and before we taped, he was at.
Oops.
Did I cut off? Am I here?
Hold on a second. We expect this. We're good at this.
Yeah. I want to give Kevin the secret sauce about how you got to 100,000 downloads in 6 shows. So you may be repeating yourself, Lita, but go ahead and give it for Kevin's edification.
I'm all ears.
I thought he would be. Okay, Lita, are you there? Can you hear us?
She's there. She's fixing it.
Oh, she's fixing it. Oh, well. We'll bring her back in just a minute.
Kevin.
Hi, how are you guys?
Kevin, yeah.
Welcome. Good afternoon.
We'll bring Lita back. If not, it's been recorded, and Ankit will cut out the section. But she gave us the whole, education on how you get to 100,000 downloads in 6 shows. And her secret sauce, and I was going like, wow. But see, Lita actually has a real company. She has a real company, a 12,000 square foot building that houses her interior decorating business in Gwinnett County, which is right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I'm totally familiar with it. Lita, who's very advanced, actually even launched an e-commerce site based on her brick and mortar business, and has the podcast, which has 100,000 views after 6. So Lita, I would say, knows what she's doing. I give her an A in terms of.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, I thought you'd be able to help Kevin, because Kevin has a podcast. Tell Lita a little bit about your podcast and what you're doing, Kevin.
Sure. Hi, Lita. I'm Kevin Gootee. I run a stand-up comic for 10 years now. This is my 3rd podcast one, but we're taking this one seriously because it has the best legs, and it's been off to a pretty fast start. So what is it? It's called Gutting the Sacred Cow. Gutting the Sacred Cow. And what it is that myself and another stand-up comic host it, and we invite other comedians and podcasters on, and the guests pick a movie that they hate or find insanely overrated. And then, but here's the twist, the film that they pick has to meet one of 3 criteria. It has to be either a financial success, or a widely beloved film, or a critically acclaimed film. And then they have to convince us to see their arguments. And then again, it doesn't take much brains to take down Friday the 13th Part 5, but it's going to take a lot of skill and effort to try and convince us that Goodfellas or Back to the Future or Pulp Fiction or something of that ilk is not good or overrated. So that's the show. That's what we're trying to do, and really separate ourselves from the pack of movie podcasts, which typically are just a bunch of guys, sitting around and just shooting the breeze about what their favorite films are, what films they hate are.
Okay. Can I ask you a question about your podcast? When
Sure.
you do a show, typically how long is it?
45 to 60 minutes, no more.
Okay. Can I give you a little critique? Is that what we're here for?
I'm here.
I mean, are you sure? Okay.
I can take stand-up comedy for 10 years. Believe me, I'm impervious.
Okay. I'm saying this. I don't know you, but I want to say this 100% just to help. Okay.
Sure.
The average commute, wherever you live in traffic, the average commute is 20 to 30 minutes, possibly 60 if you live way on the outskirts. Okay.
Right.
The second thing, when women exercise, that is one of the between a commute and women exercising, those are the 2 times that are most downloaded for podcasts. Women get on a treadmill, or men, or the exercise bike, or run around the park at 30-minute increments. So having a show, even if they're listening, they're not going to get to the meat and potatoes, to the climax of the show. They're already done. if you're not getting to the meat and the potatoes at about the 30-minute mark, if you're going to 60, people are still, it's too long. It's a little bit too long. If you could even try to shorten it a little bit, and you got to think of what people are doing. Very, very, very few people, and maybe they're cooking dinner and they listen to a podcast. That's 20 to 30 minutes. Again, exercising, 20 to 30-minute increments. Driving in their car, 20 to 30 minutes. If you're doing a 45 to 65-minute show, you're already cutting your window of listeners. The shorter, the better.
That's interesting.
And so the other thing that I would say, just critique, you're a comic. You're bringing on other comics. Just be funny. Bounce off jokes. People want to laugh. The number one shows are the ones that make people laugh. They want to sit in their car. What if they do not care about the movie? They are not going to listen. And I'm just being honest. Like from a podcaster and from a listener standpoint. If that's a movie that I've never watched, I've never heard of it, I would tune in every week to hear a funny comic. Every week. I wouldn't be able to get enough. But the topic, you're already cutting your window of listeners. Again, everybody's seen Pulp Fiction, but it's kind of old, it's kind of dated.
It's a very beloved film. I mean, we
beloved. No. I get it. I get it. And
we have different. We've done
maybe,
Grease. We do a whole gamut. And again, everyone picks the guest picks the film. So we run the gamut. I mean, we've done Titanic, Grease for the women. We were doing Forrest Gump. That's going to come out next week. Usual Suspects.
Love it. Love
Inception.
the movie.
So we span the globe. We span the themes.
Show. Maybe it's part of the show. Maybe it's part of maybe to get a guest on, you have to do that. And so that is part of it, but it is not the entire show.
I think
because,
you
again,
are.
I think you
are the show.
Yeah, we're the show. It's just the guest comes on the movie. Yeah.
I think because let me explain something to you that happened last week that was like magic. It was like magic on our show. I don't know if you noticed this, but you and Nick kind of got into it in a very funny way. It was funny. It was funny. We all were laughing so hard we couldn't breathe. We just cut us all out, and you two were at it. And I was laughing so hard. But you weren't really ripping the movies apart as much as you were just being funny to each other.
All fake.
Right. So it's your comedy. It's you that people want to hear and laugh about. You're good at it. I've seen you. You're very good at making people laugh. And so is Nick, by the way. It was so funny. I haven't laughed like that in a very, very long time. Just sitting there and listening to people just being themselves and funny at the same time. It was hilarious. It felt good. I think Lita's right. I think, what you're doing is very unique, and it draws that very unique crowd, which is, that's good because you've got to be unique in podcasts. But I think she's right, dead on. People are going to want to listen to you because you're funny.
Right. Well, no shortness of that, I think. I hope at least. But yeah.
It's hard to be funny. It's hard to pull the jokes off. People.
You're talking to someone who's done it for 10 years. I know.
Have a dynamic personality, and I think you're going to have a huge following. And I'm not saying lose the focus of the show. I'm just saying focus. Again, always do that. It's like Jimmy Fallon or any of those guys on TV. They always do the game. Every celebrity that comes on has to have a game, and they do these things with them. And they've practiced, the lip syncing games and that kind of thing, and it works. But them talking and the banter between them is what people tune into night after night after night. They don't necessarily care about the lip syncing game. It's just something fun that adds to the show. But they're going to get to know you. You're the star. So you be funny and you bring your funny friends on, and I guarantee you're going to be wildly successful.
Yeah, that's what we do. Another comic is a co-host, and we're a lot of times we agree, but when we don't agree, it's we go to the mats. That's for sure.
And that's funny.
That's funny.
That's the funny part. I mean, it's kind of like who was it? The Beast and somebody else. People didn't start watching him. He's got millions and millions and millions of viewers. It was because his opening every week he flopped, or every time he came on, it was just a stupid. And he never cut it. He just kept. And people started watching it because it was just hilarious. So you kind of, but you're right. I mean, but you are naturally funny. When you get on a roll, it's kind of funny to sit back and watch you, and Nick especially.
Yeah. Do we have any clips for Kevin? Matter of fact, I was trying to do it. But I'm not,
Nick is like, Kevin's coming back. Oh no, this is.
I know. I was going to get some. I was prepared for him for this whole role.
You're right up Nick's alley because he loves movies. Like Nick.
I hate movies.
Nick, I tell you what, when we air Forrest Gump next week, have me back on, and I'm going to absolutely just tear your heart right out of your still beating heart right out of your chest.
I'm having a hard time with that Field of Dreams. I think you were the guy that had that Field of Dreams deal that doesn't work, but that's okay. I'm trying to
I tell you what, maybe if Fauci can find the cure to COVID, he can also find a cure for common sense and give you that pill, because Field of Dreams is a goddamn masterpiece.
He thinks it is. That's what I'm telling you, Lita. This guy
come to the JV squad game trying to play the varsity boys.
Well, I look forward to listening and
trying to get him
following.
into the world of reality.
So, Lita, what I'm going to do is I want to talk to you about your definitely about what you're doing in the lifestyles world, because nobody else is doing that. So,
well, I appreciate it. I was going to say, if you're, I've been on almost 2 hours. I do have to get ready to sign off. I've been on an hour and 45.
Yeah,
I
give
have
you
two
an
little
A.
kids. With Corona, I've got to be the school teacher now. So
I know.
I got to switch hats and
Well,
be
we're going to see you
mom.
again.
But if you want to ask me anything, I mean, finish up with a couple questions. But I gotta
put you
think
on.
about starting to wrap
We'll
it
have
up.
you again.
But I can
Okay,
come
all right.
back.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
Lita.
email
All
me
right.
and I will come back
We'll have you
anytime.
back. Thank you. You're great.
Well, we'll have you back.
All right,
Love
definitely.
Please do. Thank you for having me
Good
today.
option.
This
Take care.
was really fun. I appreciate it.
Thank
Yes,
Thanks.
it is. And you
All
were
right.
fun. Thank you.
All right,
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Ah,
Oh, Kevin.
she's great. Matter of fact, did you give Kevin the secret sauce, that Biz Radio, whatever the heck she broadcasts through? I have it down on copy. I mean, when Ankit cuts it down.
You talking about Biz TV Radio?
No. She broadcasts. What's the name of where she broadcasts to?
Business Radio X, and they do a lot of radio podcasting around US.
Yeah.
And they have multiple shows running around every day. And she's doing a couple of podcasting shows with them.
Nick
It's called
and I have
Biz Radio. Okay.
So how's life in the podcast world this week, Kevin?
Good. We did 2 episodes Monday nights. We did Forrest Gump, the aforementioned, and Usual Suspects. And then we are going to do another 2 next week. We're going to do Philadelphia. Someone brought up Philadelphia, and someone else brought up Parasite. So I watched Parasite last night. That was solid. Very good film.
Are you kidding me? Okay, the thing is,
No, wait,
sorry. Nick, is Nick one of these guys that complains that he has to read a lot once in a while?
Okay, so folks,
where's my Home Alone Kevin?
here? We got Kevin Gootee, who does Gutting the Cow podcast and TV, and in the other corner we have Nick Palaveda, who is the senior executive producer. But it's quite interesting to watch these two guys destroy a movie or build it up. But I want to understand, Kevin, before you get going, share with us all the homework you do before you do your podcast, because you just said you were watching these movies. Explain to us what goes into it.
Well, I sit down, I watch a film, and I have one of these puppies next to me. Yellow legal pad. I write notes, I write jokes, I just find things that are funny. And then the research goes into, here are the segments. Here, I'll just break the show down. The show starts out with, I talk to my co-host for a minute or two, just a quick hi. Then we get into the facts and the figures of the film. How much did the film cost to make? How much did it make? How much, and if the film's older, how much did it cost him? How much was that money back in 1975 when Jaws came out? $40 million back in 1975 is not what it is today. So I do the conversion of what $20 are. I do the IMDb score. I do the Rotten Tomatoes critics and audience score. And then we call 5 fun facts. So I'll Google fun facts about Forrest Gump, and I'll do my favorite 5 that jump out. And then we jump into the meat of the show, which is where the guest then gets into why they hate their film. And they present their argument. We say very little and give them the floor. 99% of the time is them talking about why they hate the film. Then after that, we do our critics 5-star reviews, then critics 1-star reviews. Then we do the Amazon 5-star reviews and the Amazon 1-star reviews. And then we give our opinions and summarize and say, I like this film or I hate this film. And then I always ask, Kevin, did he gut the sacred cow? And that's the end. So The research is learning about the film, learning the facts about the film, and having enough notes and jokes. Oh, and we give our notes at the very end with jokes and observations. So
wow,
that's like the film. So we watch.
That's a lot of homework. Yeah,
Yeah.
Walter did a lot of homework similar to what you do. He would watch every football game 4 or 5 times before we did our analysis the next week. Fortunately, I didn't have to do that. I just had to watch it once. But but he actually had a special tool or something where he only watched the real game. Like he didn't have to watch the commercials and speed up. He had it where it divided up. But anyway, you do a lot of homework. It's a lot of effort to do that and make it funny. But I'm going to let the two of you go at it because Nick's been waiting all week to talk to you again.
Take a number, Nick.
So you guys have fun, and I'm going to laugh.
Fire away. What do you got, buddy? Oh, he's on mute.
Wait a minute. I got
there you go.
Screen. We're going to test this out. This has been a real pain for me, is trying to get this thing to work. Gosh, I hate it when it doesn't work. Application window.
Glad you came prepared.
It has to wait. I'm definitely prepared. Yeah, I got that. I just got to get this. I just got to get my application window to work.
So, and I just want to share. I do think Lita's right. Be funny because that's your skill set. You remember when you told your story?
And she doesn't know. I mean, she doesn't know the show, but that goes without saying. That really does. It's just no shit. Be funny. Duh. It's a movie comedy podcast. Of course, we know that, and we've got that covered. But easy part.
I haven't got it. I've not had time to listen. I've been busy cleaning up technology.
Got it.
But I will do that. I'm gonna go on and listen. If anything, listen. I am excited.
Subscribe. And we now have merch. So Kimberly, feel free to buy a shirt, mug, hat, hoodie, whatever. We're open for business in the merch store at guttingthesacredcow.com.
Oh, I gotta buy it. I'll wear it if you send it. I'll drink.
I don't have. Listen. So this is funny. So this is the first time I did this for my show, Watching Comics. I paid a lot of money to have a bunch of shirts printed up. Whereas now this website, what they do is they print everything, they ship everything, and they bill everything, and I just get a cut of it. So I don't have anything to give away. Although I don't have like a stash of shirts like I did for Comics.
I'll tell you what, it's so much better that way, not to keep stock. So no, I agree.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting because when you move to that factor, Walter was the same way. He said, I got into it over my head. How do you monetize on selling your product? So I'd like to know where you went to do all of that. Maybe we can swap on that information as well. But I think what you're doing is great. It's different. It's just nobody is doing something where you do it that way, but it's got to be funny. Nick, did you figure this out? What you're trying to do?
I can't get Kevin to share. Okay, maybe you can do it. It's the Home Alone where the lady goes, Kevin.
Okay.
I mean, I'm having real problems with the
computer. Wait, let me.
All that build up for just that. Oh,
I know.
Hold on.
No, she's got more stuff, man. We got a bunch of stuff to throw at you. That's just one of it.
Wait, Nick, do me a favor. Click on share screen. Just click on share screen.
I did.
For all of you viewers out there, this is how the fudge is packed.
That's right.
It won't share.
Nick, okay, I don't know why.
The app is running in the background, but it won't share. It's just awful.
What you're gonna have to do is send Ankit or myself your.
When I move to Raleigh, I'll have a higher bandwidth because I can't get it to share at all.
Well, what you'll do is we'll sit down and have a training session when we can get together. The problem is we have not had one sit-down meeting for 2 months because Nick and I get together about once every other week, have lunch, and we train and we go over tools and everything.
Well, I just think it would be a good introduction for Kevin when she goes, Kevin. Perfect. And the thing is, it would be perfect, but I can't get the stupid thing to work. In the share screen.
What do you want to share? I mean, I'll do it.
Okay. Ankit, since you're more computer oriented, okay, it's actually in Home Alone. There is a thing called Kevin, where they discover that Kevin was
where he shaves. It's where he shaves. It's where he shaves, and then he puts the cologne at the face, and then it burns.
She's on the airplane, and she goes, "Well, Kevin's missing." She goes, "Kevin," like that. It's perfect. It's the intro.
He just realizes Kevin's gone. I know what scene you're talking
You know
about.
what scene I'm talking about. Yeah, because we know movies. We're not like this guy, you know. So
Oh my God! Here we go. He's
I'm
going.
waiting for the funny jokes to come out of Nick's mouth. But what do I expect from a chess guy?
Oh, no, there isn't anything funny. It's all factual. You just have to get used to it.
You might crack up Bobby Fischer, but you're not cracking up the world there, Nick.
Funny guys don't deal in fact.
You've been doing your homework, haven't you?
I know this is not even homework. This is easy. This is just.
Well, I'm shocked.
Bobby Fischer. You know Bobby Fischer?
Listen,
Who doesn't know? There's a goddamn movie called Searching for Bobby Fischer. I mean, when you think of chess, you think of Gary Kasparov and chess and blue. That's the only three things. So it's like the word association you have.
Kevin, admit two things. One, it was a great movie. Two, it was way above your head.
Never saw it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Way above your head. I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't see it. You know?
Not my short list.
So, it would make total sense to me that you wouldn't see something like that because, like, whoosh, you know.
Hey Nick, you may win a Bill Gates lookalike contest, but you sure as you're not going to win a comedy contest.
Oh no, I don't do comedy, dude. I'm a.
I know. We know.
You know? I mean, the thing is, look, I like to eat well, so I don't do comedy.
I can see.
You know, I do eat well. Yeah, it's really good.
I can see the.
You know, I'm not a sit down comedian. I mean, Kevin. See, the thing is, you should actually eat better than I do because of all those apples that are thrown at you when you get up on stage. I mean, come on,
just tomatoes. Do your homework. Do your homework. It's tomatoes.
You get apples and tomatoes.
Oh, it's tomatoes. That's what you have to
have. Okay, but so you get fed really well as a comedian. I can totally understand that.
What do you got? Let's do this movie thing here. I'm listening.
Show me what you're doing in movies. You know,
what am I doing in a movie?
Field of Dreams, since you live there. But we're going to help you out of that field.
Oh.
Into the world.
That's the homework, huh?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you know, the people that live.
They came prepared, Kim. This is not prepared.
Well, actually, she has the videos on there that we're going to send the attack videos in very shortly. As soon as
listen,
our IT guys get together and get her done. I got my IT department working. I got a whole team of people working.
Listen, Nick, do me a favor. When we have a discussion, don't ever quote Larry the Cable Guy. That's about as funny as a bread sandwich.
I don't know even who this guy is, and I don't.
You just did. You said get her done. That's exactly what it is.
That's what we do down south. He doesn't own that. He doesn't own that.
He pretty much.
Okay, let's hear the audio on this. This is the introduction of this guy. Let's hear the audio on this guy. Okay, we're going to play it back so you know who you really are. This is what we think about when we think about you.
I hope.
Especially a person who, quote, purportedly is into movies, but can't.
Yeah, I'm into movies. It's just a matter of expertise level, which is pretty high.
Expertise level. You know, you said you do comedy in New Jersey. You don't even go to Manhattan. We're the real.
That's all I do. Comedy is in Manhattan.
You do comedies in Manhattan?
I'm 5 minutes train ride in the city.
There we go. This is all about you. There we go. The introduction, baby. Woof, woof, woof. That's
Nick, I've seen more rhythm from a corpse than that.
Yeah, well, probably so. Especially, you see a lot of corpse in New York right now, don't you? You know, I mean,
especially watch those sketch videos. They'll put anyone to death.
You're probably even working in New York right now. You're probably sitting at home because you can't go to New York.
I mean,
right
I am at home because it's pandemic kind of.
Yeah. You know, the thing is,
biggest pandemic in the biggest city area. So
I was in New York.
Home Alone 2. Don't bring this out here. Home Alone 2 is terrible.
This is one of your favorite shows. Just admit it. Okay, it really is.
Here's Nick. Where's the straws?
You know.
There you go.
Wait. What? Who is this guy? Oh, there we go.
That's
What is this scene? Do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, this is where he plays a movie to scare him away. He does it in the same thing in the first one.
Yeah. So this is one of your favorite movies?
No, that is not. I hate Home Alone 2. Home Alone 1's good, but 2 is terrible. This is a funny scene, though. It's just a retread of 1, but.
Yeah, so that they had a couple. We can't hear the audio. We need our IT guys to turn the audio on.
Ankit, where are you, buddy?
Ankit, audio.
Audio.
And you were smooching with my brother.
There it is.
Audio there?
I'm afraid you're mistaken, sir. Don't give me that. You've been smooching with everybody. Snuffy, Al, Leo, little Mo with the gimpy leg, Cheeks, Bony Bob, Cliff. No. That's a lie.
It feels like I'm watching a movie back in 1995 on dial-up, like I'm waiting to connect to AOL.
I'm afraid you're mistaken.
Or a kung fu film from 1974.
I believe you. But my Tommy gun don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me. I love you. You gotta do better than that. I love you. Maybe I'm off my hinges, but I believe you. That's why I'm going to let you go. I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to get your lousy, flying, low-down, four-flushing carcass out my door. 1, 2.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
And a happy new year.
Okay, that was a good scene. Now, since you're the film expert among us, who was the actor that was in playing that guy who's shooting the Tommy gun?
No one. That was a made-up film to do that film. Everyone thinks that was a real film that they used to air, but it was actually a guy. I don't know who played the guy to.
Really? Okay, so that whole scene was fake.
Yeah, the film. Yeah, the film they were watching. He was watching was fake.
Oh, really? Okay, so I didn't know that. You know. Okay, so that was actually a pretty good clip. Now, since you do you do podcasting, right? So you can't show videos like that on your podcast. Would that be correct, Kevin?
No, we don't, because again, it's about us. It's not about the movie.
Okay,
and
podcasting is superior to visual podcasting because fill in the blank. What's the reason?
Well, who knows? Because I do both. I do video and audio because you can find Gutting the Sacred Cow on YouTube. Zing!
Oh, you can? Well, I didn't know that. Oh, so you have your own YouTube channel?
It is. We just started our YouTube channel, I think, 3 weeks ago. I started YouTube channel 3 weeks ago.
Really?
So there are 2 episodes now and some vignettes on that.
Okay,
yeah.
so I can actually see it on video. I can actually watch it on podcasting. And if I go to Manhattan, which I go to a lot.
You do?
Coronavirus, of course,
okay.
yeah.
Of course, like I know you outside of here. We hang out and shoot.
Oh, you gotta figure it out.
Don't you see me hanging out at the TJ Fridays in Times Square?
I look for good comedians, but I might want to go see you also.
Sure.
So the thing is, where do you actually perform at? Do you perform in the Bowery, or do you perform in Morningside Park, or do you perform in Brooklyn? That's part of New York.
All over. Morningside. You picked 2 random. Morningside Park is so uber specific. It's like I want to show them I know this city by shouting out somewhere a little bit off the beaten path. All over. All the boroughs. All the boroughs. You find me around all the boroughs.
All the boroughs. Now the thing is,
Long Island. I played Connecticut. I played up and down. Played Vegas. I played around. So
okay.
In the city, I'm mostly Manhattan. Mostly Manhattan.
So if I go to a nice theater, like the Schubert
Theater, I wish
theater, or Carnegie Hall, or do I have to go to some dive bar? And that's
no, you have to go to a dive bar straight up. Carnegie Hall's for a symphony and Jerry Seinfeld.
Other performers if they're good, but the thing is, I don't see you there, so I figured that
I like the dive bars. I've heard some really great.
Kim's my kind of gal. Let's go to a bar off the beaten path. Carnegie. No one goes to comedy at Carnegie Hall, Nick. You're very out of touch.
What I like about the dive bars, you're up front and right there.
Yeah, but I'm
right there with the comedian. You're not out back here. You're right face to face with them almost, even though they're on a stage.
Yeah.
And I love it because I've heard some really famous people at some of the dive bars before too. I've just happened to be there when they were there. So no, it's to me, I like it.
Yeah. But I won't find you on the Upper East Side or anything like that, right?
Upper East Side doesn't have any clubs except for Comic Strip and Dangerfields, to which both may not survive the pandemic. They were almost on the way out before it hit, and they're pretty much in danger of going under after everything reopens.
So where are these comedy clubs located at?
All over. There's Broadway comedy clubs on West 53rd Street. You've got New York Comedy Club on 24th and 2nd. You have the Stand on Union Street.
Far down in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Someone thinks he knows New York, does not know New York.
Yeah, I do. If you like,
No, you don't. You know Times Square. You know Upper East Side because you know that's the most expensive zip code, but you don't know about it or been there. And give me 5 places to eat on the Upper East Side. Go.
5 of the Upper East Side. Well, the thing is, there's
no look at the computer. Look up as he talk. Look up as he talk.
Okay, there's 65. There's the Russian Tea Room.
That's on the Upper East Side. That's wrong.
There's the Tavern on the Green.
Good try.
Okay, but I'm all for the good places that are up there. So
you don't know the Upper East Side.
I can't think of all that.
Yeah,
there's a French breakfast place I like to go to, but that's more in the middle on 20th.
Yeah.
There's a brasserie.
Quite a
23rd Street, between 20th.
23rd Street is way down in the Bowery.
I know that's where my son.
No, it's not the Bowery.
No, he probably goes there.
Bowery is at the bottom by Bowery.
On the Lincoln Tunnel. It's close.
Dude, you don't know New York.
Goes there. You know.
I just go and I wander. This is what I like to do. I just go wander and something happens. It always happens. Something great always happens.
I ask you for money while pooping on the subway.
Yeah, no. Well, that's probably what happens.
No, it definitely happens.
You know.
No, but, I mean something good. I wander the streets with my sister. We just hang out and have a good time. Or when my son was living up there, and we just have a great time.
That's great. Can be great.
I never remember a restaurant. I just remember where it's at.
Listen, if it's 23rd Street, it's south of
I like dim sum, but that's over in Chinatown.
South of Macy's, there's nothing there except
you're so viciously uneducated. It's sad how viciously uneducated you are in this topic. This would be like me trying to talk chess with you. I'd sound foolish. This is why I don't. But this is why you're trying to talk about New York City with me when I worked there. 23rd Street is not south by any stretch. 23 it's almost the bottom of Midtown almost. 23rd Street, Gramercy Park is not downtown. It's not even close. So again, someone who does not know what he's talking about, I cannot take you seriously as a credible source.
You're a Jersey boy anyway. You're not a New Yorker.
Right, I'm not, and neither are you. But I know where I'm going, and I know what I'm talking about. That's the difference.
Admit it.
I just said that I'm a Jersey guy, but I work there and I live there, and I know way more than you are because you're giving a lot of false information.
Because you know where all the dive bars are. I don't go to dive bars.
I know of a few, and you think you know the places, and you're way wrong.
I'll go to the best place
on your demographics.
What do we have to say? All right.
Here's the Wicked Witch of the West. Great.
Yeah, there we go. We've got to get her to work though. Make her go to work. Where is she? Where'd she go? She must be dead.
Just keep going. You guys just keep going. I'm having.
I'm trying to find out where I can find this guy when I go to New York. You know, because he's not in Carnegie Hall. Let's see, he's not in the.
Comedy is not done in Carnegie Hall. And Carnegie Hall is only for those who are filming a stunt. Again, He's not the ignorance of those when he tries to project of an air of I know what I'm talking about.
He's not the Schubert. He's not the Winter Garden.
That's like he's saying, "Hey Nick, let's play chess." All the great chess places are Toys R Us. That's where you play. That's where you find the great chess.
Toys R Us.
That's where you find the great chess masters.
Okay, so you must be in the South End in the Bowery or Battery Park.
He keeps saying the Bowery. He knows where
all the hoodlums lie, and then the
Nick, where do they play chess at in the park? What's the main park they play chess?
Washington Square. Who would want to play there? That's a dive. I mean, come on,
Washington Square is a dive. Okay,
play at Harvard Square. Harvard Square is pretty nice, but
where's the chess club? I know where it is in the city.
Marshall Chess Club, which is
right where.
I don't go to Marshall. I used to go.
You mean you're not good enough to play the Marshall Chess Club? I thought you were
actually in.
And by the way, Nick, the Marshall Chess Club's on the east side on 24th Street or right around there. So that's way south.
Did you go there to play chess? Oh wait, you don't know how. Sorry.
I know where it is, but again, when someone says he thinks he knows New York, but he doesn't know where his biggest hobby is, doesn't know what he's talking about yet again.
Do a review on Searching for Bobby Fischer.
I thought he said he did his homework, Kim. This is what I'm very disappointed at.
I thought you should.
Your ability to try and deflect as bad as you're just.
I'm not deflecting. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and you're going like,
"This isn't a conversation. This is you spewing misinformation."
You know? It's
This
not
is like Trump trying to tell me about COVID-19 and what all the experts are doing.
You know, this is all the reality. I'm just in the world of reality. The elite go to the Upper East Side. They go to the Upper West Side.
The wannabes go there.
They
The elite live there. No one goes there. The elite live there. No one goes there to
I
hang
just want
out.
to explain something though. So Nick ate on his first styrofoam plate ever when he met me. So he didn't know what to do. He was like, I eat on this. So Nick grew up on China Crystal.
He did eat decent.
Silver spoon.
Now this guy gets a lot of it because he gets.
He doesn't understand these nightclubs that you and I are talking about. Like you and I grew up with. Oh yeah, this is great fun. Let's go do
that. Yeah. You get your wife.
I can see Nick likes the conversation starter that he is. He's a ball of fire and energy.
Yes.
You go to a dive bar. Hey, I gotta go.
No, we don't. One of the places we go to.
To a comedian that's going to make us laugh.
Nick, can I get the Statue of Liberty? It's on the East River.
Wait, you said you've been doing this 10 years, right?
Not.
10 years making people laugh. Okay. So the thing is, what do you think?
Hanging out at the M&M store and thinking that this is high end.
Oh, so
Nick's looking for the nearest Pizza Hut there.
Wait, there's Nordstrom, which is up on the Upper East Side, of course.
It is not on the Upper East Side. You are wrong again.
Okay, it's on the West Side.
Street on the West Side.
Same thing. It's on the West Side.
Showing you don't know what you are
Times
talking about.
Square. Is it Times Square?
No, it is not in Times Square.
Around 60.
57, Nordstrom's 57th and Broadway. I walk by there.
57th and Broadway. Okay.
Broadway.
It's not even close to time. It's Broadway. Times Square is 42nd or on a bunch of area. 57th is almost at the park, at the bottom.
Yeah, it's up at the park.
Yeah. It's
not even close. Nick does not know what he's talking about yet again.
It's a wonderful place.
You can take all the diploma down.
Let's talk about Hell's Kitchen. That kind of a little bit. That's kind of fun to go to.
And he had to move from Hell's Kitchen to go to Jersey.
It's called Nick's Mouth Hell's Kitchen.
That's an upgrade
out there and the nonsense.
That's an upgrade. He goes, I'm going to upgrade my lifestyle. I'm getting out of Hell's Kitchen. Super.
Nick, where is Hell's Kitchen? Why don't you tell me because you think you know everything else in New York?
I go to those places, dude. You know,
you do. You think you know New York so well because I go there all the time. No, you don't know.
It's like you know New York because you go all
the time. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. This is why he's not answering the question, Kim. See?
No, I don't really care. I mean,
he asked me something about Chess, he'll know that, but he won't know about New York. But he says he knows about New York. So again, this credit, I do not take this credit to people funny.
Did you really want to live in the black hole of Calcutta? No. So you don't go there. I don't want to live in Hell's Kitchen.
That's your knowledge base of New York, the black hole of Calcutta. Nothing there.
I don't even know. I don't go to those places, dude. I mean,
he just spouts out things he's dreading.
You know,
adds it with a distinction.
So tell us about this latest movie that you're going to cut. Tell us about the latest movie.
And the subject change comes in when you run out of ammunition. Okay, good. Now that
we want to hear about your movie deals, okay? Because the thing is, you're gutting some sacred cow out.
Kim, if I just put this wannabe heckler in his place, can I move on now, or do I have to continue down this road?
I don't know. What do you want to do, Kevin?
You're gutting this.
I've proven without a shadow of a doubt that he doesn't know what he's talking about with New York and other things.
No, you've proven it's out of a doubt that I don't hang out. I don't hang out
wheels, as we say.
Dive bars in New York.
So here we go, back to the dive bar. He's going to go back to some buzzwords and try and spout them off. Try and see
in the dive places.
Someone doesn't know where certain things are, but
here's what's going to happen when we're re-entered. When re-entry has occurred, because I'm already getting invites to places. I'm not even going to go to just yet.
Kevin, I am
come up to New York, and you're going to show him.
I'm going to go see Kevin.
New York.
I'm going to go see so I can.
Hall, not Tavern on the Green.
We'll show him Nordstrom is on the Upper East Side, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go visit Kevin so I can.
No, we're gonna go show Nick
I can make some
the real places. We're in the heart of the city where comedians get their start or have been for a long time.
Kevin,
They're everywhere.
Fresh tomatoes
everywhere.
When you're comedian, they throw fresh tomatoes at you.
We're gonna go eat Chinese food. We're gonna go to dim sum, and we're gonna get dim sum soup in Chinatown.
We're not. No. We're not going to Chinatown. Not anytime soon.
Not right now. No.
I got a serious question for Kevin.
Even that's got to give another 2 months after I think it's.
That's what I said. That's what I kept saying. I'm not going anywhere for quite some time, even though I'm being booked for events right now. I'm like, nope, not until.
I have a serious question Kevin.
Sure.
When you're a stand-up comedian, when they throw tomatoes, are they rotten tomatoes or are they fresh tomatoes? That's all I want to know. Which do you get?
I'm just waiting for the funny part to come in.
There's nothing funny about it. I'm just.
Oh, you're right. There is nothing funny about it. Okay, cool.
If you get the rotten tomatoes,
Another hack cliche coming out of Nick's mouth. Why am I not surprised? Okay.
So
Have
I
a
tell
news
you
story
what,
time square.
I think
listen, I don't know. He won't answer that question. But the thing is,
No one grows tomatoes. No one. This is not vaudeville 1924.
earlier that they throw tomatoes. I said they threw apples, and you said no, they throw tomatoes. You would know.
No, they did throw tomatoes. They don't. They haven't known.
Tell me what they threw at you. I don't know if it's apples or tomatoes.
I think I got news for you. No one rides horses to work anymore either. How about that news flash?
You know, well, you don't live out west, do you? Where they do? Why don't
Oh, I don't want to live out west.
you know, because New Yorkers never go out.
carriage riders.
There's anything outside of New York.
Carriage riders.
You're in North Carolina. You're in the city of Raleigh. You're not exactly where there's a hitching post hanging out there.
No, he's actually in Sanford. They do horses in Sanford.
Yeah,
It's a big horse town. So
You're gonna have to open up your eyes and see there's a world outside of New York. I know it's tough for New Yorkers because they think everything ends at the city lines. Of
I mean, it pretty much. There's a lot more here than there are in other
yeah,
places.
there's a lot of coronavirus.
I've been all around. I've seen
All right,
plenty.
yeah, you've been to New Jersey.
Nick's just said Upper East Side 18 times to make him think that he's one of the elite out there, but we can move on from that.
That's the tri-state area.
I think we could definitely maybe do a tour in New York when
Make a mistake about this week. I mean, what movies are you reviewing this week?
We did Forrest Gump this week. We
Forrest
did,
Gump, and you finally admit it was a great movie.
No, we actually tore it apart and said it's a saccharinized, sappy film, and the guy who chose to take it down hates it because he felt, which I disagreed on this viewpoint, he felt it was sexist and racist, which I disagreed.
Nah, it was just a great movie.
No. But that was his point. He felt it was sexist.
Dude, okay, if you don't think it's a great movie, what'd they make in the box office? Huh?
Doesn't mean it's a great. Bad movies make a lot of money. You do realize
It doesn't matter. And show us
it
how
does
we
matter in the sense of judging films.
Ankit, I need
People are
to
saying
show this American.
bad films make a lot of money.
Show Ankit, show this American how we
Not
make
just last week you said Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was awful, but that made a lot of money. So that also
this is how we measure success,
it
Kevin.
made a lot of money.
That is how we move.
Bad movies can make a lot of money. So that's
No. The thing is, the problem with that crazy movie in Hollywood, it had the name Hollywood on it, so all the suckers bought it.
that's
It was still a
exactly
bad
the
movie.
reason why people.
Forrest Gump didn't have Hollywood name on it, and a lot of good people bought it because it was a good movie. So what you did is you gutted
remotely markedly true,
so
Nick.
you gutted a good movie that was by all metrics successful,
It's
and instead
very successful. What is very successful, but it doesn't mean
if you
it's
don't think
good.
that's a good movie, what
What's
do you
up,
think?
Hank? It's got a question.
David, what kind of movie you like, and what do you think is the movie which maybe generates a lot of revenue around the world?
What
Because
kind
you
of movie does it? What movie do I like that does not have a lot of revenue? Boy, there are a lot. There are a lot of independent films.
Just name one.
That King of Kong, Euro Dreams of Sushi. Those are a few. We watched Parasite last night, but that made a lot of money.
That was horrible.
That was great.
Oh,
fantastic!
Come on. You're telling me you didn't.
Nick needs a paint by numbers Forrest Gump movie to understand, but doesn't understand layers and nuance.
It was an Academy Award. Okay, believers like you go.
Guy to go through the South with a box of chocolates on a bus stop, telling stories of quasi-American history to understand.
Wait, you didn't gut Parasite. You gut Forrest Gump, a great
No.
movie.
The guy, no, not yet. The guy who chose Parasite is going to try and gut it. I am going to defend Parasite.
You're going to defend Parasite? Are you a lawyer? You have to be real good.
Parasite is a remake of a Tamil movie, Indian Tamil movie. You know about it?
I don't know. Tell me about it.
So there's a movie in Tamil in India, basically the regional language, and Parasite is a remake of that movie.
I did not know that. Well, that'll make my 5 fun facts then. That's good.
I know. You won't believe. I'll tell you how it works basically. So in India, we follow a lot of Hollywood movies as usual.
Sure.
Okay. Then our regional industries follow our movies, and they follow Chinese movies.
Right.
And they follow Chinese. And then those Tamil movies are followed by a lot of Chinese people around China and Mandarin and mainland China. And then again, if you see that world, and then again the Hollywood people and people of different countries, then they're following those Chinese movies. So it's like
it's a vicious circle. I got you.
Interesting this and this and this. So it's a circle.
I got it.
So
yeah, that's good. It makes sense.
Basically, we have done a movie not similar to Avatar, but it's a different movie. It's a mythological movie with 2 parts, which comes in 6 months of time gap, and both the movies have done close to $1 billion sale.
When did that film come out? The one that was like Avatar. What year did that come out?
So our movie is Bahubali.
No. What year did it come out?
That's what I'm saying. Bahubali, the movie name.
No. What year did that film come out?
What year did Bahubali?
It was 2018.
18. Oh, so it's recent. Yeah, because Avatar was 09, and then that's okay. I was just curious to see the timeline. And now Avatar is doing at least 4. I think they're doing 4 other sequels. So I think there's up to Avatar 5 or 4. I know there's 4 sequels in the movie.
Have you guys been able to actually sit through that? I can't sit through that.
Avatar?
Yeah, because it was horrible. I mean, I can last maybe 15 minutes.
Things you'll ever see, but the plot is bare bones.
Are you kidding
I didn't
me?
like it.
Do you defend that movie?
It's absolute 10 plus on the visual, but the plot is just.
Counselor, do you defend that movie?
No, I did not defend it.
Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're on the same page.
The guy who came on was not a fan of that at all, and we agree with him.
Yeah. I can't last 15 minutes of that thing.
So that's the fact, Kevin. Can you see it?
I can see it, yeah.
Oh, it's all about the money, man, because the thing is the rest of it's trash.
$218 million worth in US dollars. I was just curious to see.
Yeah.
For US dollars. Because yours is so over 40 billion. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So 260. So gross of 262. That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot for India. 262 is good. It's not. It's very good. It's very good. It's not like light years. It's not Avatar, which was like 1.3 billion. So
I know. Yeah. Shows what people.
We are 1.3 billion in India, and then Indians are around the world 300 million. Okay,
right.
And then a lot of people who are following the Bollywood. So we have done this movie in 6 to 7 languages, and then we dub in multiple areas based on the requirement. And the movie has got the maximum number of screening around the world.
Okay.
Maximum screens. And the best part is the movie started with part A, and after the part A, everyone was asking a question: who killed this guy? Who killed this guy? It was kind of a meme around the world, and we have to wait for 6 months to get the answer. So the part 2 automatically created a hype that who killed this guy, and
cool.
That's why
I'll add that to the queue. Sure, let me do that right now.
Oh, you're gonna actually review that, Kevin?
No, I'm gonna add it to my queue to watch.
Oh, really? Yeah. You actually watch these things? Okay, I don't have an attention span for those horrible movies.
And also, if you remember, there was a Chinese movie called Cliff Ocean or something, Red Ocean. I don't remember the name.
Hey, can you put it in the chat for me, Ankit, so I can see it? Just put it in the chat box.
Put in the chat. Yeah. Hey, Ivan has joined us. Ivan, where are you from?
I'm from Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. Really? Okay, you got a good mic. Unlike Kevin, I'm working on Kevin to try to make his show better. It's a long haul with Kevin, but he'll eventually get there. It's going to take him time, but you have a great mic. That's your mic. You need an upgrade, Kevin. So what sort of
Snowball? I do voiceover, Nick. I think I know what I'm talking about when it comes to mics.
Thanks. Notice the word.
I do. I make money from that. So
thanks, Ivan. Ivan, what sort of show do you do? You probably do a great show, and Kevin could take some lessons and notes. What's your show?
Well, basically, I'm the GM and head coach for Next GC of the NBA 2K League. My podcast started from me being involved in the NBA 2K community. And basically, it was just spreading awareness and being positive throughout the gaming community, which sometimes can be looked upon as a negative, toxic environment. So the OG 2 cents is something that I started on Twitter.